over time. Call your cardiologist and ask about ATTR-CM.
The Emmy-nominated Late Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
Only 4 remain. One will be crowned Tough as Nails champion.
Don't you throw in the towel!
I want to be able to tell my kids I didn't give up.
Tough as Nails season finale Sunday on CBS.
Who will be the ultimate superfan? Superfan premieres Wednesday, August 9th on CBS.
Festive weather for this weekend. I've got your event outlooks plus planners to get you exploring and playing outside. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mitchell Reif. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, former President Donald Trump said he will still run for the presidential campaign, the latest on his charges. Plus, the 128th Firefighters Tournament launched off earlier today. We'll show you the events ahead and some history behind the tournament. And an American Idol winner performed in Escanaba. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ.
Hi, everyone. Ariana's off tonight. Let's take a look what's going on as we head on into a weekend. Well-deserved. It is summertime up here in the UP. Gorgeous weekend with dry and sunny conditions. Temperatures reasonable, seasonal as well. Showers will be back next week, and we can see temperatures ranging from the 70s to the middle 80s today. 73 or high. That's a little bit below average, but we'll take that. Nice and cool and comfortable conditions. And as we head on into tomorrow, lots of sunshine.
Developing now, former President Donald Trump said Friday he would not end his 2024 campaign for president, even if he's convicted of the charges that he is facing. The frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination made the comments a day after federal prosecutors announced more charges against him. Natalie Brand has the report.
Former President Trump campaigns in Iowa Friday as he faces new charges in the classified documents case.
This is harassment. This is election interference.
A 60-page superseding indictment accuses Trump of conspiring to pressure a Mar-a-Lago employee to delete security camera footage that had been subpoenaed by investigators. The indictment also names a new defendant, Mar-a-Lago property manager Carlos de Oliveira. Prosecutors allege he told an IT employee, quote, the boss wanted the server deleted.
The cover-up is not only a crime in and of itself, it also shows that this was not an accident.
And the former president now faces an additional count of willful retention of national defense information. He's accused of showing an Iran war plan to visitors at his New Jersey golf club. The indictment notes Trump speaking during a 2021 interview with a writer and publisher. CBS News obtained a recording of that conversation.
It is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. Look at this.
The latest legal development comes as the former president waits for a possible indictment from a Washington, D.C. grand jury looking into Trump's actions following the 2020 presidential election and the January 6th Capitol attack.
As the legal issues pile up, Trump remains the frontrunner for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. Sources close to him tell CBS News his inner circle is confident about his chances, but also on edge.
And in an interview with the John Fredericks show Friday, the former president also said he has not decided if he will attend the Republican presidential candidate debate on August 23rd. And on the second day of trial for accused school shooter Ethan Crumley, a former classmate describes the moment he heard Crumley shoot and kill his friends. In Oakland County today, Keegan Gregory, who was a freshman at the time of the shooting, testified about hiding in the bathroom with Justin Schilling. Gregory said Crumley came in, told Schilling to step out of the stall, and shot him in the head. Text message screenshots were shown in court, including texts Gregory sent to his parents telling him, "I just watched him shoot someone." Crumley pleaded guilty to terrorism and first-degree murder charges in October. He injured 7 students and killed 4, 16-year-old Tate Meyer, 14-year-old Hannah St. Juliana, 17-year-old Madison Baldwin and 17-year-old Justin Schilling. Crumley's parents are also facing charges of involuntary manslaughter associated with their son's actions. And around the UP, firefighters are joining together in Negaunee this weekend in some friendly competition. Tonight was the start of the 128th annual firefighters tournament, and I spoke with some of the first responders who say this tournament will have some competition, but it's the camaraderie that they really thrive on. This year's tournament is hosted by the Negaunee Fire Department with the theme Back to Our Roots. The event's goal is to create more awareness about working as a first responder. Even though the tournament's been around 128 years, firefighter Mason Tompkins says volunteering and applications are down.
So we're really trying to kick things back to where it used to be, really get back to the basics and back to our roots, trying to get the tournament as a whole back to where it used to be.
This weekend, firefighters will compete for trophies and other prizes in timed ladder races, a dress parade, and a short tail parade, which will all accumulate to their ending score. The event brings friendly competition to the mix, but some would say firefighter history brought its A game too.
It's been with our department for a very long time. The pump actually still works on it.
It's a 1923 LaFrance World War II victory truck, and it might seem like a timepiece now, but during World War II, this was made to protect any first responder if they were caught in a bombed area.
It's all steel, iron, which was rare at the time because of the war. You weren't allowed to get most of these materials due to rationing, but you can see back here we've got, like the hose bed, the hookups that they use, the hose reel. This was all pretty much state of the art at the time. And like I said, it was built like a tank.
There aren't very few of those out there, and especially with the particular model we have, from what I understand, is more unique than the other LaFrance trucks that were made.
A lot of these UP fire departments have been around for over 100 years, and this tournament is a way to celebrate and appreciate that sacrifice from first responders.
We have a good time, but we also want people to know that we got to keep the tradition going.
The tournament races do continue through tomorrow, starting with the classic commercial fire truck parade starting at 10 a.m. And you can find all those details to the events happening this weekend on our mobile app or website, WZMQ19.com. And thousands of people flocked to downtown Marquette today for the 24th annual Blueberry Festival. The crowds came to check out the nearly 100 vendors and pick up some blueberries. Some of the restaurants in Marquette brought out blueberry specials for the festival, and shops along Washington Street and Front Streets opened the doors to welcome in festival goers. One of blueberry vendors traveled up from Grand Haven, Michigan to bring its berries back for another year.
So we have lots of people that know the area that we're from or from down there, and also lots of people up here who've always come back and get blueberries from us, so it's nice to see familiar faces too. We had it started with about 600 boxes in there, and they're 5 pounds each, so about 3,000 pounds of blueberries.
Vendors say it takes a lot of work the week before the festival to make sure they have enough blueberries to go around. And the shops along the festival streets made plenty of preparations as well. The co-owner of Spice Merchants on Washington says they make sure to stock up on all the blueberry specials before the festival. With special blueberry teas and sugars, he says the most popular is actually the balsamic vinegar. He says the fair always brings in extra visitors in to stop to check out the deals, but he says this year it was busier than ever.
It's great to see all the people navigating, coming through and, shopping. It seems like there's a lot of people. I just walked down the street and I would say it's the most I've seen at any time that they've had this. We've been there almost 9 years now, so yeah, it's pretty impressive.
He says they like to keep their blueberry specials year-round at Spice Merchants, but it's a nice chance to highlight some of their favorite products. This evening, an American Idol winner performed in the center of downtown Escanaba. Radio Results Network hosted its 3rd annual block party outside the RRN Media Plaza. The crowd enjoyed performances by dueling pianos and headliner Philip Phillips, who won American Idol in 2012. The event also featured food trucks, a photo booth, and fundraisers for local nonprofits. Organizers say the block party brings people into the downtown to support their community.
Remember how great our downtown is, how many things there are to do, not only in Escanaba, but throughout the Upper Peninsula. We live in an amazing, amazing community, and it's just good to enjoy this weather, enjoy time with our neighbors, and remind us how great Delta County and the Upper Peninsula is.
The event continues to grow each year with approximately 2,000 people attending this year's RRN block party. And early this morning, an annual bike tour of the UP kicked off in Manistee. Tour de UP-A is a 1,200-mile ride around the UP's perimeter. The entire trip takes 10 days with stops in cities including Iron Mountain, Houghton, Marquette, and Sault Ste. Marie. The event started as a way to promote bicycle safety, but for the third year, Tour de UP is partnering with the UP Lions to raise money for families battling childhood cancer.
When we first started working together a couple of years ago, a lot of the families they would meet with, these children were battling with cancer for a while before they found them. And now the awareness has been phenomenal that people know there's a resource that they can use.
So far, Tour de UP has raised $150,000 for the Lions Childhood Cancer Initiative. Riders will continue to Manistee on August 6th. And your first warning weather forecast is heading up after the break, as well as excessive heat still is spreading through the Midwest, how residents are keeping cool. And a processing backlog that started during the pandemic could be delaying summer vacations. We're back in 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
We roll 365 days a year, transporting you cleanly and comfortably. Welcome to MarkTran. Safe, efficient, and friendly service. Passengers 60 and older ride free every Wednesday. K through 12th grade students and military ride for half fare every day. MarkTran keeps you moving. The Marquette County Transit Authority.
Are you behind on your mortgage? Is the bank threatening to take your home? Is your house underwater because you owe more than it's worth? Are you considering trying to get a loan modification on your own? Did you know that less than 5% of people who tried on their own actually got a modification? At the Mortgage Modification Helpline, we know the rules and regulations banks don't want you to know about. And we've helped thousands of people stay in their homes. Are you struggling to keep up? Are you past due on your mortgage? If so, we can help. It doesn't matter if you have bad credit, been turned down, or if you're currently getting the runaround from your lender. The call and consultation is free, and it only takes a few minutes to find out if we can help. So call the Mortgage Modification Helpline today, and let's get your loan modified into one you can afford.
Please call 800-363-5958. That is 800-363-5958.
This is home for CBS. WZMQ 19.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
All right, hopefully you're ready for the weekend. Hopefully you don't eat too much before you head to bed or wake up tomorrow morning, because we got the festival weather for you, the Italian Fest going on. It's going to be fantastic. I am sure the food will be aplenty and things will be looking great as we head on in through tomorrow. I got some morning clouds for you, but nothing too bad. And then we'll see mostly sunny skies and a little patchy fog for tomorrow night, but mostly clear. But make sure the meatballs are hot. And of course, the pizza got that gooey cheese. Will be fascinated with that throughout the day. Here it is for you, first warning weather futurecast for you. Really a pretty quiet night as we head on in. We do have the little chance of maybe a lakeshore shower, but other than that, we're looking great. We wake up in the morning, a little bit of sunshine to the south towards Escanaba, up towards Eagle Harbor, a little bit more in the way of cloudiness, out to Houghton too here in the Marquette. But again, I don't really expect that to be a cause of any issues through the day. We'll see some in and out sunshine from the west to the east. So that, of course, means I have the sunglasses handy. Still got that SPF. You'll need that 30 or more as you head out and about across the area. Saturday night, Fantastic, too. We got some barbecues out there, doing a little camping, maybe some inland areas, or just chilling out there on the old boats. You're looking good. Sunday looking good, too, especially as we wake up, heading to church, maybe doing some laundry, heading out to the laundromat. You're looking fine out there. Some cloudy skies roll through the day, but we'll call it in and out sunshine through much of the weekend. So as we take a look at temperatures for tonight, Sault Ste. Marie into the 60s, but we're into the upper 50s here into Marquette. Lance also looking at 58 degrees, Iron Harbor 55, so fairly reasonable and temperatures across the area. Got that big 128th UP firefighters tourney going on. Pretty decent weekend for that, as we could see just a passing shower possible, but fairly comfortable as we head on into your Saturday and Sunday. A little bit cool out there, but there's nothing wrong with coolness, right? And then we got the Swim Teal Lake going on too, and you can see there going to be a little chilly for the most part, but we'll take that too. A little chilly for swimming, but just have a jacket. You'll be fine with that. Registration looks like it starts 30 minutes prior, so about 8 o'clock or so. So enjoy yourself and, of course, be safe. Highs tomorrow looking pretty decent, mid-70s generally across the area. A little bit cooler near the lakeshore. We'll take that. And, of course, the 7-day outlook. A little bit of a warm-up in store. We get through the weekend. We're into the mid-70s for your Sunday. Lots of sunshine. Pleasant and sunny for your Monday. 78 for your Tuesday. Lower 80s, finally. Here in summertime in the UP, shower or two possible, but nothing yet too bad. And then we are into the upper 70s for Thursday. Friday looking good too, with some warmer and sunny conditions as we head on into yet another weekend, the first weekend of August.
Speaking of weather, that dreaded summer combo of humidity and heat is outdoing itself. Much of the country is sweating it out today as unrelenting heat settles over the Midwest and East Coast. And there's still more to endure. Michael George has more.
Millions of Americans are feeling the intense heat.
They're happy to be here, happy to be in the water, cooling down.
60% of the country's population is under a heat advisory or flood watcher warning, according to the National Weather Service.
Look at all the heat alerts across the eastern portion of the country. A large piece of real estate covered by this.
People are finding some shade.
I don't stay out of the shade much.
Some water.
Really hot, but the water helps.
Or perhaps a good book.
We are seeing quite a bit of an uptick for folks coming in.
It's so hot in Wisconsin, the cows need cooling.
And we also use soakers where the cows stand and eat.
The East Coast isn't expecting relief until Sunday. New York City officials are urging residents to conserve energy by keeping that thermostat at 78 degrees and not to open the fire hydrants.
You can go to any fire department in the city and you can get spray caps that you can then place, and that reduces the amount of water that's coming out, but you can also then have some spray to keep cool.
Out west, these runners from Chandler High School in Arizona lace up before the sun rises.
With the heat, practicing after school when it's 110 degrees, you just can't get the quality we need to get ready for the races.
Buses are being used as cooling centers in Phoenix. The high temperature there may finally fall below 110 degrees for the first time in a month next week.
Continuing right along, just 4.5 minutes of vigorous exercise a day could reduce the risk of developing some cancers. That's according to new research published in JAMA that finds activities like vigorous housework, carrying heavy, shopping around the grocery store, or playing high-energy games with kids can all be beneficial when it comes to warding off cancer. And many Americans are getting ready to take a summer vacation, and some are scrambling to get their passport in time. The State Department is still digging out from the processing backlog that started during the pandemic, and now some members of Congress are stepping in to help. Christina Ruffini has a report.
This trip was everything to us.
About a year ago, Connie Rayner and Vicki Heller booked the European cruise of a lifetime with 81 family members and friends. But coordinating logistics for a battalion of buddies was easy compared to renewing their passports.
When did you guys actually get your passports? 3 days after our ship left.
Both women mailed in their applications perilously close to the stated 13-week turnaround time. Realizing the documents might not make it, they requested expedited processing. But 5 days before departure, still no passports.
We contacted the Congressman's office, said, what can you do for us?
Right, if my member of Congress can't get this done, then who can, right?
Exactly.
They're not alone. Across the nation, panicked passportless passengers are reaching out to lawmakers.
This is a basic governmental job.
Oklahoma Republican Senator James Lankford says his office has had to assign 3 full-time staff members to passport duty.
Is this the #1 issue you're hearing from constituents right now?
Yeah, I have about 250 open cases right now in my office. The painful part is they don't know what's happening to it. When you stick it in the mail, you don't know where it is.
Lankford is proposing new legislation he says would help tackle the backlog, including better online tracking, allowing the State Department to surge staff from other departments, and expanding the number of in-person appointments. The State Department says it's already working to improve the process.
This is going to be turning of a dial a little bit, not exactly flipping a switch.
But any potential improvements will come too late for many Americans who've already missed the boat, or in this case, the cruise liner.
Do not make payments. Do not book that trip until you have that passport in hand.
Next year, Americans visiting European Union countries will need additional authorization on top of their passport. Starting in 2024, an electronic screening will also be required. And congressional senators are looking to lower health care and prescription drug costs. Senators say legislation they passed this time last year lowers costs for things like insulin for certain people. They want to make sure everyone gets that same benefit, and our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has the report.
When inflation was at some of its highest points this time last year, Congress got to work trying to combat the climbing prices. The result, the Inflation Reduction Act.
And this legislation represents a down payment on the biggest issues of our country, including the staggering rise in health care costs.
In this legislation, they not only make a large down payment on the deficit, they included health care components too, like allowing Medicare to negotiate drug prices and caps out-of-pocket costs to $2,000, lowering Affordable Care Act health care premiums for millions of people, and cap the cost for insulin to $35 for those covered by Medicare.
What we did a year ago is bringing down costs, particularly for seniors and people with disabilities. Just from a Michigan standpoint, nearly 673,000 Michiganders will save an annual $356 thanks to the $2,000 out-of-pocket cap.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the IRA legislation was just the beginning. Their priorities are to continue lowering the prices of prescription drugs and lowering health care costs.
And so there's lots of ways the costs are going down. We've already done it for insulin for seniors. We couldn't do it for the rest. We did get 7 Republican votes. We came close to the 60. But we're fighting right now. I am working for a bipartisan legislation with some of my colleagues to get insulin $35 down for everybody.
At the Capitol, Rachel Knapp reporting.
We'll be right back right after this break, just 2 minutes away. A new clinical study is looking at how computer chips implanted in the brain can restore links to the brain. We're back in 2 minutes.
Country music star Tracy Lawrence will be performing live at Ojibwa Casino Marquette on Saturday, August 5th. You'll hear all your favorite hits as this CMA award-winning singer takes the stage. Tickets on sale now for only $56. Get yours at OjibwaCasino.com. The show is 15 plus with an adult. Tracy Lawrence, live August 5th at Ojibwa Casino Marquette.
Who's with me? Come on!
The Emmy-nominated Late Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
Jake was an accountant. I'm gonna guess that you work in union negotiations. As a matter of fact, I do. Pictionary. Well, everybody be really nice to Jimmy. I don't care what this drawing looks like.
Weekdays at 7 on WZMQ CBS.
IRS, open up.
The IRS is the most feared agency in the country and has the power to seize assets, garnish wages, and even put you in jail for back taxes and unfiled tax returns. Don't be a victim. Call Kick IRS right now and let us kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all. Our powerful team of tax experts will fight hard for you and will not stop until we've resolved your tax problems on your terms. And if you qualify, we may even reduce or eliminate your tax debt altogether. No more sleepless nights wondering when the IRS IRS is going to come after you. Take control of your tax problems today and make the phone call. We have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau, and we offer a 100% written guarantee, so there's nothing to lose and everything to gain. The consultation is free and the phone call is free. So pick up the phone right now and kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all.
Call 800-871-9227. That's 800-871-9227. 800-871-9227.
Amy Doyle reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News. You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
It's being named a medical breakthrough that could offer hope to millions of people who suffer from paralysis or other movement impairment. A new clinical study is looking at how computer chips implanted in the brain and guided by artificial intelligence can restore links to the brain, the spinal cord, and impaired limbs. David Begnaud has more.
Hey, nice to meet you. I have never walked into an interview looking more forward to shake someone's hand than I was to meet Keith Thomas. Can you feel that? Yes. 3 summers ago, he broke his neck and was paralyzed from the chest down. He was 42 years old.
When I first got home, I didn't get out of bed. I got out of bed once a day for 6 months.
Thomas says at home, he was giving up hope. But then hope arrived in the form of a medical study conducted by Northwell Health in New York. Thomas was wheeled into surgery. And while remaining awake and alert,
What do you feel there, Keith? Fingers? Which finger? 2 or other one?
5 small chips were implanted into his brain. It's called a double neuro bypass.
So now we're connecting to the brain.
Those chips can now send and interpret signals from his brain to his damaged spinal cord and to his hands and back to his brain.
Open, 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 open. Guys.
The result is that Thomas's thoughts can now control new movement in his hands.
Close. Nice.
Now, much of the new sensations Thomas feels only happen in the lab with the help of a new computer connected to his skull. But there is something remarkable happening even when he's not attached to that.
So like the rest I can feel without this.
So paralyzed areas can relearn?
Yes. Yes.
Engineer Chad Boughton says among the most exciting aspects of the study is the progress Thomas has made when he's not at the lab.
We think it's a combination of the electrical stimulation that activates those damaged circuits that are in his spinal cord. And then we believe it's starting to strengthen those connections. There's a saying that neurons that fire together wire together. We think that's part of what's happening.
What's the most extraordinary thing you've been able to do thanks to this?
Scratch my face. And hopefully eventually wipe my tears away.
Sometimes the biggest progress comes in the smallest steps forward. In his case, a reminder of what it feels like to feel. Your last look at your weather forecast is coming up after the break, as well as an Iron Mountain Animal Shelter is getting helping hand. We're back in 2.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialist help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
Attention people with Medicare and anyone turning 65. If you have original Medicare, you may be able to get a Medicare Advantage plan with additional benefits. Medicare Advantage plans may include vision coverage, wellness visits, gym membership, meal delivery, and hearing coverage with affordable costs and copay. The call is free. You may even find plans with $0 monthly premiums or $0 copays on certain services or $0 deductibles. Call 800-965-7893 and let Best Medcare do the work for you.
A waterfall made of fire. Goats that defy gravity. A turning point in history. A palace carved out of clay. The place where we grew wings. A thunderstorm beneath your feet. An eternal torch and an enduring dream. National parks are extraordinary. So is the support you give them.
Want to help our community? I'm Megan O'Connor. This summer, Ubers United is hosting a summer volunteer program. Earn points by volunteering and completing tasks to win prizes. Winners are announced weekly for ages 13 to 17 and 18 and over. Support neighbors and have fun at the same time. Sponsored by United Way of Marquette County. Go to ubersunited.com/summer volunteer program to sign up. This message is a public service of WZMQ 19.
WZMQ 19 News, live and local news, first warning weather, exclusive interviews. Named Best Newscast by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters. Make the switch to WZMQ 19 News.
All right, we're getting ready for the Italian Fest. I like it so much, I started with it. We'll end with it in this newscast. Can't wait to get all that good old food out there. Sunny skies for us, maybe a few clouds here and there. We can deal with that. Temperatures near 70 degrees. Great news about this, no admission, live music, and of course, bingo. Who doesn't like a little bit of bingo in the grease pole? That's going to be very interesting as we head on through the day. Tomorrow, we're looking at highs into the middle 60s here in Marquette and upper 60s into some areas. Of course, further south you go, Iron Mountain, Iron River, Escanaba, we're into the mid 70s, so fairly comfortable, very nice day. So please enjoy. Remember that sun is out, SPF of 30 or more. And as we head on through the weekend here in Escanaba, you can see temperatures a little bit warmer for us, where we'll see mostly sunny skies really throughout the next 5 days or so, and we're finally into the 80s into the midweek. That's a look at your forecast. Have a great and fantastic weekend.
Finally tonight, Iron Mountain's Almost Home Animal Shelter is getting a helping hand financially, and not a moment too soon. The First National Bank and Trust hosted its first ever Denim Day today. Bank employees pay a small fee to wear jeans on Fridays, with the money going to fund a local charity. Over 75 employees participated today, and this quarter's charity was chosen randomly. But a bank staff quickly realized they wanted to go the extra mile.
We had suggestions and we wrote them down on a paper, and then we pulled them out of a hat which one we decided to do. People are donating dog food, cat food, litter. Cleaning supplies are awesome too. I know they need that.
The Almost Home Animal Shelter is currently housing 1 bunny and only 4 dogs, but over 50 cats are waiting for their forever homes, some who have been over there for over a year. That's all the time we have for tonight at 11:10 Central on WZMQ 19 News. We'll see you right back here Monday at 6.
When the sun's out.
Things that get us excited?
Sunscreen.
Who gets excited about sunscreen? Give me that sunscreen! Woo!
The fun's out.
Oh, give me that SPF 30, SPF 50, SPF 70!
On Pictionary.
Pictionary, weekdays at 7 on WZMQ CBS.
Are you behind on your mortgage? Is the bank threatening to take your